Sellers becoming completely out of touch with reality. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. I got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We've got a good one to unpackage today. Buckle up, strap in, hold on to your hats and your glasses as I blow the lid off the U.S. economy and the U.S. housing market. Why you ask? Well, of course I'm going to tell you they're tied together. If we lose one, we lose them both, and they're both under attack as we speak. If you're new, please subscribe. Subscribe right away. Never been a more important time in U.S., if not global, human history to get centered and surrounded with like-minded people. Iron will sharpen iron. We're going to sharpen some iron today as we raise awareness, ring the bell, sound the alarm, and let people know the biggest artificially induced housing bubble ever witnessed in world history has reversed course. We've identified the top of the biggest bubble ever produced with unorganic growth in history. Those are the waters we're swimming in now. Most people on the Kool-Aid, congratulations if you've stuck with this channel as we have rang the bell, sounded the alarm, read between the lines, and looked between the cracks and examined how we put the housing market, the biggest asset class in the world, through the biggest stress test ever witnessed in history. This thing's got problems written all over it, upside down and sideways. Yet, people continue to minimize the severity of the bubble and the waters we're swimming in now by saying stupid things like, I don't know, date the rate, marry the house. Time in the market, not timing the market. Okay, go back to your sales training. We'll see you in a few years if we're lucky. Once the dust settles on this thing, the dust is starting to settle. Sellers now are completely out of touch with reality. And here's the reality. For me, I'm a boots on the ground agent. I just found myself like, wow, at first I'm locked at home. Like, okay, what do? I need a plan B. What? I'm an essential worker. I can go out and sell. You dropped interest rates and a reduced inventory environment because of stay-at-home orders? Upward pressure? People are going to beg me to buy a house. They're going to stand in line around the block to see my open houses. This is like hitting the lottery. This is like a casino that keeps paying out. People minimize that. And then that's, in fact, what I saw when I turned on this camera very early on in this thing, where you looked like a crazy person to say anything but cash is trash, pour it into the markets. Wow, boy. Wow. Insanity. Yeah, there's people still out there. I talk to them every day. Why you ask? Well, of course I'm going to tell you, because I'm a licensed real estate agent out there working in this mess, this casino climate. But unfortunately, I'm seeing less and less people out there as they continue to be evaporated, and they're going to have to take a 9-to-5 job if they can find one as the recession gets ushered in. But today we're going to jump onto property because we like examining property. Property is the path to wealth, but you have to also understand the waters you're swimming in and the right and the wrong way to buy. Some of us will learn some lessons. In 2008, I bought a property and it had already sat on the market for a year. Empty, sucking air too. Came down from its original list price, 25%. I'm like, I think I'll go ahead and throw in my offer. It stuck. My offer stuck. I made the cardinal sin though. I didn't check its rent range. I just said, hey, this is what I qualify for a monthly. What can I get? Some agent walked me right into as much money as I could spend. I had another 25% coming. I caught a falling knife, and we're seeing people now catching falling knives left and right. But because we're seeing a dead cat bounce, a lot of people are going out and buying, and that's fine. I'm going to teach you how to buy the right way and the wrong way. Like I said, always examine standard amount down, today's interest rate, cost to carry, what will a property rent for. If those two numbers line up, or even cash flow preferably, by all means, buy away. But if it's a completely upside down asset the second you purchase it because your payment's bigger than its rent range, be careful. But the point I wanted to drive home today is we blow apart a property. I love blowing apart properties, going all over the country to do it. In the height of the buying euphoria, when I had a line of people standing around the block to view an open house and then get into bidding wars to do a complete turn too. Like, it didn't even matter. You see back what we do in the industry. If you give me your listing, and people always say, I used to not wear a tie for recording these messages very often. But you see, as if you show up to my house to list, and you want to list my home, my biggest asset, in a t-shirt, you ain't getting hired. You better look. See, that was one of the problems in this euphoric thing. And a lot of people creating real estate videos in a t-shirt. If you show up to my house in a t-shirt and want to take care of the biggest purchase for me and my family in a t-shirt, I don't care how good you are. You better come looking like you're ready to be a ninja. Insanity. So the realities are, in the euphoria, you could show up. This is what agents were showing up to your house in flip-flops and a t-shirt instead of calling in for professional photos, drone, Matterport, whatever. All the modern marketing tools that we have. They're snapping pictures with their cell phone in their flip-flops. Are you kidding me? You're fired. Get me Scott Walters over here with his team. Somebody who actually looks like an agent. My gosh. But what we saw, now we're going to look at a property today. I like looking at the ones that just show horribly, like, oh my God, I can't even imagine being like, this is a property. It's like, you may as well use your cell phone because it shows so poorly. But this is the thing that happened. This is what happened with the industry, which is why it's so broken, why I can confirm again, this was a bubble for you. Is because when you can show up in flip-flops and a t-shirt with your cell phone and take pictures of a house that are completely just junked and still put it on the top of its value range and make it sell, that's the sign of a housing bubble. Don't believe me? Let's jump over to today's featured property. Then we'll meet back here to wrap this one up. Let's get started. Buckle up, strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors, maybe even put on that face mask if you still have one as we take a look at today's featured property. Let's bring up today's crash map, courtesy of our good friends over at Zillow. Now let's tour our Tulsa, Oklahoma property. Maybe head back for the car and get your face mask back on. It looks like we have a massive disaster on our hands here. Property reads great fixer-upper, more like a great teardown. Let's keep looking. The tail in the tape, our property started at about $55,000. Now it's at $45,000, about a 20% price reduction, and we're just getting started. Now, let's look a little further. If we were silly enough to give them today's reduced price of $45,000, our approximate cost to carry at today's interest rate would be about $266 a month. Now let's get back to the studio so we can wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. So can I interest you in placing an over asking price offer for that beautiful home we looked at today? That's what happened in the euphoria. Unfortunately, sellers have lost touch with reality. It's not working anymore. That property is chasing the market, sucking air in massive. It's not going to sell. My guess, if there's a mortgage on it, eventually that will be a foreclosure home. It looks like an investor had a deadbeat tenant and they're finally getting the market. They couldn't even wait to get them out and clean the place up, at least empty it, to do it. And they came on priced wrong, a desperate agent, which we're going to see more agents continue to be desperate. A lot of agents are like, oh yeah, I can make this thing sell. Oh, don't worry about it. The market's like strong right now. We just leave the tenants there. I'll just come snap some pictures with my cell phones. I did it for this dummy a couple months ago and we got his to sell. I'm think I can do it for yours too. I mean, these are the types of things we're seeing in the industry, and that's exhibiting not only garden variety, extreme bubble behavior, out of touch with reality, and that's what sellers are now going to have to come to terms with. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. The gravy train is over. If you're selling your house and you can't make it show well, your price better reflect it. If you get an agent putting you on the top, even if it's mid-range, value range, if you show like that, you're in massive trouble. In fact, if you show like the property we looked at today, you're shooting at a moving target. You got to lead your shot. You better come on the market under its lower value range. If that's the only way I would even accept that listing, if I was to accept it at all. But there's agents out there that need work. There's always an agent willing to sell property. Unfortunately, many agents drank the Kool-Aid and they thought this would last forever. Clearly it's not, and I'm going to be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. Appreciate the content and want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I think you're going to love the next video on your screen, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.